Did you know that a wild toad can eat up to 1,000 insects in a single day? They're like free pest control, and they're adorable. So today we are going to show you how to make a toad house to encourage toads to come to your property. First, what's the point of a toad house? These provide a safe space for toads to sleep in during the day since they're busy hunting at night. Once they discover one and start using one, they'll come back to it pretty reliably every day. So not only are we going to show you how to make a toad house, but we're going to show you where to properly place it to best entice toads to start living in it. Let's get started and I'll show you how to make this one. By the way, we will put Amazon affiliate links in the description below for all the products that we're mentioning in this video so that you don't have to find them on your own. The first thing you're going to need though is a terracotta pot. Try to find one that's about 6 inches in diameter because this will be big enough for a fully grown American toad, yet small enough to allow them to feel secure inside. It doesn't have to be a new one, by the way. You can use like a broken or old terracotta pot from your garage. That'll save you a few dollars.
Yeah, like the one to your right.
Yeah, this one I just found in the greenhouse like 20 minutes ago.
Yeah, full of dirt.
I don't remember using this. It must have been from when our building was an old garden center. So apparently we didn't have to buy any for today. And actually, this one has a crack in it, which is good. You kind of want one that's broken because it's actually gonna help build a horizontal style toad house. That being said, if you want, you can drill out a little opening at the bottom of a full terracotta pot to just make a simple door that's of course big enough for the toad to go in and out of. Ed did this right before filming. It was entertaining to watch him. Do you have any suggestions on how to do it?
Protection.
Okay.
That's the biggest one.
Where's the Dremel?
Use a Dremel with a cutting tool.
Yep.
Soak the terracotta pot in water because it helps helps with the dremeling process. If you have a tile saw, use that because that's how you're supposed to cut it. Go slow and buy multiple cutting wheels because I broke mine before it was finished.
So anyway, that's how, if you want, you can make one with just a little opening on the front. You don't have to do it this way. Sorry guys, I didn't mean to take that out from above you.
They chose that house.
They did. So I'm going to show you the alternate way to use a terracotta pot, which is breaking it. Breaking a terracotta pot is obviously the more fun way to approach this project.
Yeah, but it's less consistent results, I'm sure.
I don't know, I bet I can break it perfectly in half.
I will believe it when I see it.
There's a little crack right here. I'm gonna utilize that. 3, 2, 1. Oh, it didn't work.
Wow.
3, 2, 1. Ah! Well, it broke.
Not in the amount you wanted it to break.
I think that'll work. Yeah, I'm just gonna use it like that.
All right, I guess that works too.
And now we have our horizontally oriented toad house.
Yeah, and if we didn't state this earlier, which I'm not sure we did, this should be done by either under the supervision of an adult or by an adult.
Absolutely, but now is the time where if you're a younger viewer, this is your time to shine because it is time to decorate your toad house. And you can decorate it any way you want as long as you use amphibian-safe products and avoid putting plastic bits. Try to use natural products instead of plastic accessories just so it looks more natural. We are going to be making 2 toad houses in today's video. One is going to be made of primarily natural biodegradable products. I'm going to cheat and use a moss mat so I can cut it out and stick it directly to the terracotta pot, which I would highly recommend instead of trying to glue pieces of moss individually. And for this natural one, I would recommend using silicone to adhere the chunks of nature to your toad house rather than hot glue, because hot glue will just kind of fall apart in the rain and there goes all of your effort. So 100% silicone is safe for amphibians and wildlife, and that's what we recommend using. The second toad house we'll be building will be a painted version, because you don't have to just stick a bunch of natural stuff on your toad house. You can get creative with painting it instead, so we're going to do one of each in today's video. If you are doing this indoors, definitely have a piece of paper or cardboard underneath your workstation so you don't ruin the furniture underneath. But we're gonna start by, I think I'm gonna do moss up here. Or maybe I'm gonna do moss around the entire thing. Let's start with that. Okay, so evidently the moss mat isn't sticky. I must have bought the wrong one, but that's okay because we have silicone. We'll just stick it with that. Our silicone tube was half cured, so we had to cut into it to get to the good stuff. Don't do this at home, because...
Just get a new silicone.
Just get a new silicone tube.
Like the one that's sitting next to us.
Yeah, I didn't want to waste what was still good inside of this.
Yeah.
And I have a popsicle stick. These are going to come into play later, so I can use this to spread it. At this point, once you wrap it, I recommend using rubber bands to hold it all in place while the silicone cures. Turns out we don't have rubber bands here at the snake house, so we're gonna use some masking tape and just kind of tape it to itself so that it creates some pressure and holds the moss in place. And it's been about 30 minutes, so our silicone should be ready to go. Ooh, yep, looks like it's sticking all right. I think we're in the clear. And now we simply silicone more nature to the pot. One last piece, and we are done with our nature toad house. Sweet, I like it. Should we move on to the second one?
Sure.
All right. For our second toad house, the one with the entryway that Ed made, we are going to paint it. We have some reptile and amphibian safe paints over here. We'll put links to them in the description below. These are actually my leftover paints from the Paint by Numbers video, so figured why I may as well recycle them. We have a, whatever this thing is called for my paint brushes. Again, something underneath our project or workstation to protect the table from paint. And now let's get started. I think that'll work.
Yeah, looks good. I like the toad on the front.
Thank you very much. It's Snake Discovery-esque, but I didn't want to spend the time drawing our logo on it because I was getting bored. So now we have this, our painted toad house.
So you can spend as much time as you want on a toad house painting.
Exactly.
But we spent an hour on it, and then that's what we did.
That's our attention span, is an hour.
Yep.
So it's good enough, I think. Oh wait, I have details. There. Is it obvious that I used a marker on the warts?
No, it looks good.
Okay, we're gonna go with that then, because I don't want to break out the paint again.
Yeah, you already cleaned up after yourself with the paint.
Yeah, I'm done with paint. But we have our toad houses, so now...
One, where's the other one? Where did we put that one at?
Trying, over there.
Right there.
On the other set. But now, where do you put your toad houses? We would love to go outside and show you exactly where to place your toad houses, but it's negative 15 degrees outside right now.
Yeah.
So, we have our mock landscape right here, ready to go.
There we go. It's just like outside.
We're gonna pretend that this is outside of your house, but it is still actually important to know where to properly put toad houses for them to be most effective. Toads will, again, naturally hunt at night, and they need shelter to sleep in during the day. So you need this to be a safe yet enticing area for the toad to be welcomed into the toad house. By this I mean they need a shaded area so that they can escape the heat during the day while they're sleeping, and since they're amphibians and they therefore need moisture in their life, it's recommended to put your toad house near a body of water or at least a source of water. So if you have like a man-made pond on your property, or if you have like a rain gutter spout, you could put it near that.
Or a bird bath.
A bird bath, or even a dripping air conditioning unit. Like you can just walk around your house and see where you have dripping or access to water at all, and try to find a shady area near there to put your toad house. If you live in a particularly hot and dry climate, you can even offer them a tray of water nearby to help entice them even more. It'll probably dry out every day if you live in a dry climate, so just be prepared to top it off every day. So let's say this is by a source of water. We're just gonna kind of nestle this down. And once you find the right location, we actually recommend putting in some moss or leaves or other things that will help hold in moisture and help the toads feel secure inside. If it's too open, they might feel kind of exposed. They want to be kind of comfy, and they will dig in a little bit, but adding some moss and leaves to help them get started is probably a good idea.
Yeah, no toad is gonna go to the center of your backyard.
Yeah.
Find a toad home.
They want to hide.
They're gonna follow edges of things and find the perfect spot for them.
And if you decided to go with the horizontally oriented terracotta pot, try burying the bottom parts just so that it's nice and snug inside the soil. So like right here, I'm actually going to bury this guy, hide part of the creation in the back, but that's okay. And now we have just a little opening for our toad friends to go in. Here, bud, you wanna check it out?
It's uncomfortable.
Oh, the scratches. Oh, the scratchy scratches. Okay, bud, go check out your house. I will give you your tray of water, just like you would. And if you do the tray of water, try to nestle that in too. So all you have to do is simply walk into it, not have to climb into it. Ta-da! Oh, is he going in?
No.
He went in!
He totally just tucked in.
Haha, he totally just tucked in. That was good.
You should put the other one next to the painted one.
Okay. Come here, buddy. Oh, it's our big girl. These are used for scenting for baby hognoses.
They only have one job,
That's
to
their
be
one.
smelly.
Go on in. Do you want to go in? I bet she does. Oh, maybe she doesn't because it's too open.
Never mind. She changed her mind for a second.
Let's see if some moss on the inside will help entice her. Look, now it's more secure. I think you want to go inside there.
So you can't tell me what to do. I'll do what I want. Which is go inside this pot.
Hooray! See, they just need a little bit more security and fluff inside. So definitely stuff some moss in there. Keep going, girl. One other tip for positioning your toad houses is if you live in the above the equator, north of the equator, face your toad houses north so that they're facing away from the sun during the day. If you face them towards the sun's just gonna dry them out and heat them up during the day, and they're trying to escape the heat. So if you live south of the equator, vice versa, face your toad houses south so that, you know, same reason. It basically just keeps them cooler inside.
Apparently that toad house is not to her liking.
Oh, she doesn't like that one.
Or she's just standing guard. She's like, I'm gonna back into this.
Oh.
That's actually kind of cute.
Yeah, it is.
This is my home now.
I think that's exactly what she's doing.
I'd like to see some other toad come and try and take this from me.
And one final detail for your little toad abode is an entrance sign. This not only looks pretty cute, and you can have fun with puns and all of that. We just made it with popsicle sticks and amphibian-safe markers, which I'll put in the description below. But it actually serves a functional purpose. By placing this in front of your toad house, it'll remind people walking by that that is supposed to be there. That is the toad house. Please do not disturb. And hopefully it'll help your little friends inside stay nice and safe and secure.
Alternatively, if you can't think of a name for your toad house, use a mini chalkboard. Then every time it rains, you can come up with a new name for it.
And ta-da! We have our toad house!
Yeah, both of them.
Both of them!
One looks like a rock, which is what you were going for.
It was, yes! I don't know which one I like more. Probably the naturey one.
I like the other one.
You like the painted
one, yeah.
Nice, very cool.
I like the toad.
Once your toad house is set up and ready to go, leave it alone and let the toads come on over. Don't transfer a toad from another location and put it in the toad house hoping it will accept it. Let them find it naturally. If you relocate a toad, chances are it's not going to adapt to its new environment and it'll probably die anyway. So please don't move toads around in order to get your own toad. Let them come on their own. Once a toad adopts your toad house and starts using it regularly, you'll probably see them just about every day. And toads live actually several years. So you can create a bond with your toad or your resident toad, maybe even name it. They can sometimes get used to your presence and not freak out. You can pick them up safely, of course. And in the wild, toads can live around typically 1 to 2 years, or 2 to 3 years, I would say. In captivity, they can live much longer, but that's because they don't have predators to eat them in the wild. Speaking of, if you start attracting toads to your yard via toad houses, you may also secondarily start attracting other animals that like to eat toads. If that happens, like garter snakes or hognose snakes, if that happens and they eat a toad, don't blame the snake, don't scare off the snake, please let nature happen. Snakes need to eat too, even though it's a toad toad you like, another one will move in, and please just let nature kind of take its
And
course.
as cool as toads are, snakes are cooler.
That is very true. Very good point. Also, in order to protect your little amphibian friends, try not to use any chemicals like pesticides in that general area, because not only will toads absorb those toxic chemicals through their skin, it'll affect the insects and therefore their food source. So it might deter them and not want to live in that area any longer. But those are all of our suggestions for how to create a toad house and where to place it. And the reason why we decided to do this video in the winter was because this is now your winter project, everybody. Yeah. We want to challenge you all to create a toad house before the spring so that come March, when everything starts to thaw, or at least it starts becoming more of a breeding season for the amphibians, find that perfect spot and let it just start nestling in so it's ready for the toads when they come out of hibernation. And I would absolutely love to see your creations. I want to see your painted toad houses, your natural toad houses, anything else you decide to do. I love seeing your creativity because you guys are even more creative than we are. So if you make one, please tag us on Instagram at snake.discovery because I want to see your toad houses. I hope you enjoyed today's video. Hopefully you guys take me up on the challenge and make your own toad house at home. Thank you Patreon backers for your incredible support as always. You guys actually covered the materials for this toad house video, so hopefully that gets to spread knowledge and create more toad houses all over the world.
Thank you to our amazing actresses. I don't know either of their names, and they might not because they're just a scenting toad.
What if we name them Plop, and what was the other intern on The Office?
Oh,
No.
Plop and... Oh no, we gotta come back from this.
Fart! That was his name.
Fart, or Dwight Jr., or New Jim.
New Jim, yeah.
Or Clark.
No, New Jim was Plop, I think.
Oh, maybe.
Yeah, anyway, we have Plop and Fart.
Yep.
The two American toads.
I don't know which is the first one I can see. That one's name is Plop. Okay, there's Plop, I guess.
And then Fart is the big one inside?
Yeah, I guess so.
Perfect. Thank you guys for watching, and we'll see you next time. Plop and Fart. Woo!